All right, guys, we're in a 2018 Ford F-150. This is XLT, and I'm going to go over how to disable this start-stop feature. If you've ever driven a vehicle with this, you know how annoying this feature is. All right, first up here on the dash, we're going to remove the speaker cover. Just get a little pry tool, lift it up. There's like 4 snaps, pops off. Once you pry off the speaker cover, this pops off. There's 2 bolts. They're 6mm. So just get a little socket on there. Pull those off. Once you have these screws out the back, you can get your pry tool and just pop. You got to pop this up. You got to give it a little. You got to put some force behind it. But there's these 3 tabs in the front that fit down in those compartments right there that you pop off. All right, so you have that out of the way. All right, once you have the screws out the top, simply pull back on this bezel and it'll come apart. Then we're just going to, with our hand, release this clip. So this is the harness that plugs into the auto start stop and the hazard, and now we just have to jump the 2 wires. Okay, so you get your jumper wire. This is a 22 gauge wire that I'm using as a jumper, but what I'm going to do is I just put some solder on the ends of it, so that way it's going to stiffen it up a little, give it a little, make it a little stiffer. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting it into the leads of the white and the black and purple. Those are the wires we want to use on this. Okay, I have the jumper wire in. I just plugged the harness back in. I just want to make sure everything's going to work fine before so I'm going to turn the truck on. And voila, works perfectly. So automatically just turned off the switch for me. All right, just want to show you how so the jumper wire is just pushed in to the connectors right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strap some electrical tape around it just to make sure it stays in securely. Get it back buttoned up. All right, wrapped it up in electrical tape just to make sure it stays in there. Okay, I'm going to put it back together. All right, guys, the reason I chose this method to disable it versus some of the other ones, like there's ones where you can unplug a connector underneath the dash here. Check out my other video for a link to that one. But if you tow with any kind of frequency, I tow a boat in the summer most of the times and some utility trailers here and there. This isn't going to mess with any other systems in the car. So this just does this switch only, and you didn't have to pay $100 for some kind of a, bypass thing. So this is pretty simple. Just find you a 22 gauge wire to jump that switch, just like I showed you, and it's pretty straightforward. So hopefully that was helpful, and I'll give an update as if there's any issues going forward. But I've heard some reviews on this method that it's been pretty reliable. But thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.